Hello, and welcome to beautiful Porto, Portugal. Check it out. Today we are in Porto because in about 10 minutes me and my family are going to be beginning our walk on the very famous Camino de Santiago, the Portuguese way. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically a long, traditionally religious pilgrimage over various points in Europe that converge at a church in the northwestern portion of Spain called Santiago de Compostela. So we're going to be starting this walk in about 10 to 15 minutes, and we're going to be walking about 25 kilometers today, and we've got to be walking about 20 to 25, maybe a little bit less kilometers each day for about 2 weeks. So we'll progressively see what the landscapes look like, and hopefully the walk isn't too difficult on our bodies. I just got me a fresh looking haircut at a street barber in Porto last night. I'm feeling optimistic and ready to get this show on the road. We will talk very soon. Everybody's looking at me while I'm taking a video. And I'm vlogging.
Oh, you're not doing that?
This is day one. No, I'm not doing you guys.
We were in that.
I
was just doing a face with you.
Oh, I thought he was looking at us.
Did you want to be in it?
Oh, you
Hello. We've been walking for about 2 hours now, and we're in a little beachside town, and we just saw probably the chubbiest little corgi we've ever seen in our entire lives, which was really fun. And we're on way to our first stopping point. We've made about 9 kilometers of progress, and we've got about another 11 to 14 kilometers to go. And we're gonna keep trucking along. Thank you. All right, we are at about 13 kilometers in of day one, out of probably, I think 13 days it's gonna take us to get there, so 13 for 13. There's a giant McDonald's across the street, and it's looking very attractive with items such as the McCrispy, which I'm not sure if that exists in Canada or not, but sounds delicious nonetheless. And we got the beach right beside us. It's a beautiful day. There's everything. They've got night parties, sunsets, sushi, seafood, cocktails, brunch, food porn, seafood, food porn. That's fantastic. Hello. It is the start of day 2 on the Camino. It's a little bit stormy today. We've still got the Atlantic just right beside us, and it's threatening to rain ever so slightly, but it's not super disgusting or anything. So we've still got our regular people clothes on, not having to bust out the rain jacket or the poncho quite yet, but we'll see it eventually. Today we are heading to another town that I'm not exactly entirely sure how to pronounce, but it's about 18 kilometers away, and we're making good progress. You might be like, what in the hell is that? Well, it's a bunch of frogs. Can't really see them very well, but there's so many of them down here in the stream. They're yelling. Hello. We are walking and it is day 4. We're currently walking through, I want to say, the town in Portugal that has the most roosters per capita out of any town in the whole country. They are cooing their little heads off this morning, but it's been good. Day 3 has come and gone quite quickly, and today we're walking 21 kilometers. If I see anything interesting, I'll start the camera up. Well, I said if there was something interesting, I would turn the camera on. And there's a whole whackload of sheep here. And there's a single cat. I think he's guarding the sheep from people like us. Oh, got another little update. Today we've kind of like moved away from walking directly beside the Atlantic Ocean. For the most part of the first 3 days of our walk, because again, this is day 4, we were walking right beside the ocean, right on the boardwalks. But today, we're walking through this beautiful forest, and it's so nice. We're getting to walk on actual dirt as opposed to concrete. It's just beautiful. Right. Got a nice mountain up there. Just a whole bunch of forest. Maybe a gorge. Can't quite figure it out, but can't get too close. Oh, I just saw a Canada sticker on a stop sign back there. But just doing one last vlog of the day on day 4. We're currently heading into what looks to be a port city. I'm gonna butcher the name, but I think it's Villa de Costeros. And I'll show you. We are going this way. And it might be difficult to see out of this lens, but we're staying at a albergue on top of the hill in the city next to a monastery. So we've got to climb one last hill and then we can have a shower. And that'll be the end of day 4. Done just about 100 kilometers so far, which is pretty wild. And we'll keep on going. Hello. It is currently day 5. We've been walking for probably about 5 hours now. We're walking actually back on the coast. You can't really see it, but it's just on my left side. We got rained on really hard today, so you can see I've got my poncho on my back in case we need to put it back on. But the rain shouldn't be happening for the rest of the day, so we're very thankful for that. And we're gonna keep on trucking along. Today is our longest day. We're doing 27 kilometers today. Lots of steps. Let's walk beside the train tracks. I'm not jumping on that train. Not after last time. Oh, that's so unlucky. Hello. It is day 6. So right after that water taxi from Portugal to Spain, it started to, not thunderstorm, but I would say the level below thunderstorm. And it's been raining pretty much all day. So we've been walking. We've been wet, but it's been all right. Feet are a little bit wet, ever so slightly, but I don't know, it's not been bothering me too much. I've got a couple of blisters on my feet, which are not great, and it's kind of a pain in my ass, but it's also manageable. And I've been walking fine. We're gonna be about halfway done after today, so just gotta keep up with my foot care and hope that everything doesn't get too much worse. There is a field of longhorn cattle to my left, and I'm gonna show you guys that. There they are, just munching away. I was reading online, I can't quite remember where, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I saw it in a TikTok video or something, but if you play jazz to cows, they react and like run over to you, and I don't know, maybe it sounds like elegant mooing or something. Anyways, I just tried playing jazz to those cows and they did not react to me whatsoever. I don't know if they were just like super hungry and wanted to keep eating their grass. They weren't having none of it. Maybe the next field of cows will be into my jazz playing. I'm just gonna show you what a sign post thing looks like on the Camino. So typically there's this blue and yellow shell here, which is very famous symbol of the Camino. There's usually arrows, and then I've got the amount of kilometers left to the destination. So they're not always like that. Sometimes it's just an arrow, sometimes it's just a shell, sometimes it's just a shell and an arrow. So you gotta keep a lookout for blue and yellow, because they're always blue and yellow. Hello. Today is I think it's day 7. Every day I get up, I look at the itinerary, I'm like, okay, cool, it's day 6, it's day 7. I genuinely can't even remember. Today I am unfortunately a little sick, which has kind of sucked, but we're just pushing through it. We're currently walking through the Spanish city of Negron on way to a larger Spanish city called Vigo. And we're going over a river right now on a very old bridge. This bridge is, I'm gonna say this bridge is definitely older than me. I think we've got about maybe another 45 minutes to a half an hour before we get to the Airbnb. I think we're actually staying at a hotel tonight. So that'll be nice. Won't have to hear anybody snoring. Oh, and there's a little Camino, not statue, shrine. Shrine is the word I'm thinking of. Oh, my brain's all discombobulated with my nostril sickness. But it's trying to rain. I can't really tell. It's been a really wet couple of days, to be honest. But we are trucking along and we're getting there. Hello. Today is day 8. I remembered this time. Unfortunately still feeling a little bit sick, which sucks. But I guess worse things have happened. We're in Spain. It's beautiful, minus the rain. But yeah, speaking of the rain, it's another wet day. I think this is the 3rd rainy day we've had in a row, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. It's all part of the journey. Today we're on way from a Spanish city called Negron to a larger Spanish city called Vigo, which is where we will be actually staying one extra day as kind of like a rest day, so to speak. And I'm just noticing that for the first time since I've been in Spain, there is a McDonald's up ahead. So I might stop and get me a nice glass of ice cold milk. Just the way I like it. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Right here is where I would put my ice cold glass of milk if I had one. Well, I don't have anything else better to do. So I'd like to actually talk about my milk addiction, which goes back many a year since I was in elementary school. I don't know what it is. It might just be a comfort drink for me, but there's nothing of a beverage more that I like more than a whole homogenized glass of milk at any given time of the day, really. A lot of people who know me on a personal level know that I'm addicted to it. My family, my friends, everybody's in on it, and people like to make fun of me for it, but I still order it. If I'm ever at a coffee shop, try to get a nice cold glass of milk. In Spain, it's a little bit more difficult because they typically serve it to you hot, or they don't serve it cold. It's at room temperature because they don't put it in the fridge. So that's a bummer, but the hunt continues. Hello, coming at you with day 9 of walking the Camino Portuguese de Costa, the coastal Portuguese Camino. We are walking through a forest at the moment, and we are in the final 100 kilometers of the journey. And I will show you the next signpost that appears just to prove that I'm not a liar. 90 kilometers.
You get your shoes flopping.
They're no longer truck blanks.
No.
They're hoisted high. I think feels like we're just starting to. Look at that, just gorgeous. So happy.
Hello again. It is day 10 of walking. We've got just under 75 kilometers to go. I'm not 100% sure what that mile conversion is. I apologize, America. But we are about 10 to 12 kilometers into walking today, and then we've got 3 more days of walking after that. Which we will then arrive at the final destination, the place where all of the Caminos converge, the town of Santiago de Compostela. And it's supposed to be quite beautiful. So, pretty excited to finish up walking. Our feet are certainly feeling it at this point in time. I mean, we've basically been walking about 20 kilometers every day for just about 2 weeks now, so it takes a toll on the old feet, but once we get to Santiago, it should be a nice time to celebrate, eat some good food, drink a couple glasses of milk. Sounds like my kind of time. I'll talk to you in a bit. I swear every single roof in Portugal, and I guess northwestern Spain in the province of Galicia, where we are, every house has just these orange terracotta roofs. It's so cool. Must just be the best material. One thing that I have noticed for sure with regards to the Camino walking in the past couple of days, since we have gotten over the hump of 100 kilometers to our final destination, the population of walkers on the Camino, the pilgrims, has like quadrupled. Because I think a lot of people will just do the last 100 kilometers, depending maybe on the Camino that they're doing. Whereas we started from Porto, so in total, I can't remember if I said or not, but we're doing about 300 kilometers, just under 300 kilometers. The forests are just absolutely covered in these super tall, gigantic eucalyptus trees. So it makes for a really nice smelling path. Oh, look, this one has ivy on the side of it, which is really cool. Super beautiful. I'm surprised there's no koalas here. They'd be having a field day.
They're going against the current, I guess. Look at them swimming that stream all sassy.
It is day 11 and we are walking in between a highway and a marsh, I think. Not 100% sure, but there's birds all over the place. There are slugs, earthworms. Everybody's trying to get a little bit of the ground right now. And so are my feet, which are still just one foot after the other kind of thing. We're starting to see signs for our ending destination, Santiago, and we are just actually about to hit the 50-kilometer mark to go. Just wild to think that we've walked like just about 230 kilometers. Getting there. Hello, everybody. Today is day 12 of walking, and it's the second last day. We're getting there. We are on our way from a lovely little town in northwestern Spain called Caldestereas, and we are heading to another town called Padrón. And it's a pretty beautiful walk today, aside from a little bit of rain, which has been kind of a theme for the past couple of days, but hasn't really been too bad. It feels weird to almost be done. We've been hiking for just about 2 weeks, in and out of the hostels, and, you know, eating relatively minimalistic food with the odd splurge. So it's interesting. Oh, it's starting to rain again. Go figure. But we're getting there, and we're almost done. Couple chickens.
Be these your ladies?
Are these your women?
I say, are these your women?
It's the last day! It's the last day of walking. And we got about 18 kilometers to go to the final destination, Santiago. Very excited to get there and to celebrate and to get my certificate of completion, which should be really cool. A little bit overcasty today again, but it's not raining, or it hasn't rained quite yet, so hoping that it doesn't rain at all. And you'll get updates as well. Alright, just doing another little check-in here. We are walking through a very cute little village with about 13.8 kilometers to go. I'm not sure if this is the name of the village or not, but show off a little bit of signage here. You might be wondering as well, since we are gone for, a couple weeks walking, where are we staying? Like what are the conditions like of the accommodations? And I've been very pleasantly surprised that all of the hostels that we've been staying in, and I can't quite remember if I mentioned this before, but they're called albergues, but basically just a communal hostel, and you can stay in them for anywhere between like 13 and maybe like 25 euros a person. So it's a very much more affordable version of accommodations as opposed to the traditional, hotel or Airbnb. But they've all been great, and I'll show a little footage of them. Just an example of one that we've stayed in with the bedding. It's mostly the bunk beds with 4 in a quadrant. Sometimes there's a couple more. Sometimes they are in a row as opposed to like in a little sort of nook. And then most of these facilities will have laundry on site, so you can wash your sweaty Camino clothes. And there is always a shower. Sometimes there's multiple showers, bathrooms, and it's just really affordable way to stay accommodated while walking. Some of these places as well offer a breakfast for an additional like 4 or 5 euros, and I've been very pleasantly surprised in all of them. As far as food is concerned as well, we've obviously been, staying in little towns and cities as we've continued moving along, and all the towns have a bunch of restaurants, so we've been really eating quite well. We've been having Spanish cuisine, American cuisine. We had Mexican last night. Towns have sushi restaurants. There's Indian places. There's Turkish places. There's really a lot. Depending on the size of the town. Obviously, not all of them are large enough to have a bunch of different restaurants. But all in all, and I'll show some examples of some of the food that we've had as well. But in Portugal and in Spain, the food has been very delicious.
Hi.
Look at these ladies.
They've gone silent for the movie. They were
Yeah.
just chit-chatting a minute ago.
Yeah. This is a silent film. Hello. About the chickens. All right, we're at 6.4. We're getting there. Little cat face on the old shell. 6.4 kilometers. What's that famous saying? 274 down, 6 to go, I guess. We're in Santiago. We've got, think about just over a kilometer to go until we get to the big cathedral, which is the final point of the Camino. Very excited. I think we might have made it. It's a pretty nice church. 300 kilometers down. Not many more to go on this journey, but many more to go in life, I guess. Very stoked. So busy here right now. Woo! Hello, and welcome back to Porto in the same Airbnb that we were staying at the very start of the trip. The Camino has come to a conclusion, as has our trip in Portugal and Spain. We're going to be flying out today, and I just hope that everybody enjoyed the journey and that you were able to sort of see what the entire trip was like, and it's been a really cool trip. So, just wrapping it up, I really enjoyed these two countries. They were so beautiful, people were friendly, food was great, and as always, I can't wait to travel some more. Until next time, this is Portugal and Spain. This is Portugal. Spain is over yonder. See you around.